Let's speak the truth. Most men are too weak to face. You were born into a cycle, a prison of patterns, a legacy of self-destruction, of generational chains, of behaviors that slaughter potential and leave men as hollow shadows of what they could have been. You inherited the ghosts of your father's fears, the shackles of your mother's wounds, the limits of your bloodline's history, and most of you are sleepwalking straight into repeating them. It's not your fault you were born into it, but it is your effing responsibility to end it. You can't outrun a curse you refuse to confront. You can't escape a legacy you pretend isn't eating you alive. You can't build a future worth dying for if you're still dragging the rotting corpse of your past behind you. This is the part no guru will tell you. This is the part no YouTube motivational clip will show you. Your past is not just your memories. It's your triggers. It's your insecurities. It's the invisible hand choking you at night when you say, I can't. It's the automatic responses, the self-sabotage, the addictions, the failures on loop, playing over and over while you convince yourself you're trying. The truth, you aren't trying. You're repeating, you're replaying the traumas you never healed from. You're reciting the scripts they programmed into you. You're clinging to your pain like it's your identity because deep down, you're more afraid of who you could become than the failure you've always known. But the man who becomes a curse breaker doesn't avoid this darkness. He walks into it. He drags his demons into the light. He puts a blade to the neck of his own history and says, this ends with me. He doesn't look for someone to save him. He burns the bridge to his old self so there's no way back. This is deep, violent, psychological war. It's bloody, it's lonely. And only the few, the rare, the savage will have the guts to do it. You want to be the one who changes the story for your bloodline? You want to be the one they talk about for centuries? You want to be the man who erases the weak patterns from your DNA? Then you better be ready to become the most dangerous, savage, no compromise version of yourself that has ever walked this planet. Because courage breaking is not pretty, it's not peaceful, it's war, and the first enemy is you. One, face the rotten mirror, drag every lie, every weakness, every excuse into the light. This is where it all begins. This is the graveyard of every fake smile you've worn, every excuse you've whispered to yourself at 2 a.m., every pathetic justification you fed your dying ambition to make yourself feel okay. This is the day you stand alone, naked, stripped of every man society has gifted you. And you confront the rotting, diseased reflection you've been avoiding your entire life. You stand in front of the mirror, not the clean one, not the filtered Instagram selfie version. No, you face the rotting mirror, the one that shows you the coward inside, the quitter you've tolerated, the broken boy or girl that still whispers lies into your ears every time you try to level up. And here's the truth. 99% of men in 2025 will never have the courage to stomach. Most people are not haunted by the world. They are haunted by themselves, their own lies, their own betrayals, their own weaknesses they've allowed to grow roots in their psyche, their addictions, their comfort zones they've decorated like palaces, when in truth they are prisons dripping with the blood of wasted potential. You cannot become a curse breaker if you still hide from the cursed version of yourself. You cannot burn the past if you still hold hands with the ghost of your weaker identity. You cannot rewrite your life if you refuse to admit you've been writing the same garbage script on repeat. You've got to drag every lie you believed into the light like a monster from under the bed and slit its throat. Expose the story you tell yourself about why you can't. Expose the narrative you've accepted about why you're broken, why you're not good enough, why you can't change. Rip open your journal. Rip open your soul. List every disgusting weakness, every habit that makes you soft, every behavior that belongs to your past, not your future. Stop negotiating with your demons. Stop flirting with your excuses. Stop giving yourself upper mission to stay broken because of what they did to you or what happened back then. You want to be the one who breaks the curse. You want to be the one who flips the table, tears the family tree apart, and burns every rotten branch. Then you face yourself first. You hold your face to the mirror so long that the coward in you screams to run, and you don't run. You sit in the pain. You stare at the monster. And you whisper to it, I see you and I'm coming for you, because you can't fix what you refuse to look at. You can't heal what you won't expose. You can't rise if you're still protecting the version of you that is drowning. You must make it personal, make it violent, make it war. When you face the rotten mirror and refuse to blink, you awaken a darkness inside you they can't cage, control, or silence. You don't heal by hiding, you heal by dragging every lie, every wound, every weakness into the raw, savage, merciless daylight and daring it to survive your gaze. That's how you break the curse, by facing the sick version of yourself the world told you was enough and killing him without hesitation. 2. Sever the bloodline scripts. Refuse to act like them, talk like them, live like them. Let's make this crystal clear. Most people are prisoners of scripts they never wrote. They walk around like free men, but they are puppets attached to strings pulled by dead hands. Their fathers, their mothers, their culture, their bloodline of broken men, bitter women, and hopeless lives. These are the authors of the pathetic story they are still acting out. And if you don't wake up, if you don't spit in the face of the script they handed you at birth, you will die in the same cage they died in. You will act like them, talk like them, think like them, suffer like them. And worst of all, you will raise another generation of bleed out under the same cursed pattern. This is not a game. This is not some motivational poster. This is warfare on the battlefield of your DNA, your programming, your culture, your name, and the only way out: sever the damn script. Refuse to read the lines they handed you. Refuse to play the character they prepared for you. Refuse to be the slave they disguised as a man or a woman because that's what they were comfortable with. You have to burn the costume they stitched for you. Rip the mask they handed you as a child and throw it in the fire. They taught you to beg. You become the man who takes. They taught you to play small. You become the man who plays to crush. They taught you to fear. You become the man who hunts fear, devours it, weaponizes it. You don't ask permission. You don't wait for their validation. You don't sit at their broken table eating the same rotten food of self-pity, jealousy, gossip, and hopelessness. You flip that table, you smash that table into a million pieces and build your own. And you sit at it alone if you have to, because you would rather dine with wolves in the dark than feast with sheep in a palace of generational weakness. Every time you act like them, speak like them, think like them, you drag the curse into your future. You let the virus of their fear infect your children, your bloodline, your legacy. That's why you cut the cord. You sever the bloodline mentally, emotionally, behaviorally, psychologically. You kill the desire to honor a legacy that was built on change. You don't want their approval. You don't want their applause. You don't want their love if it comes with the condition that you stay small like them. You want to be the curse breaker? Then you live in such a savage, unapologetic, elevated way that they don't even recognize you anymore. Your language is different. Your thoughts are different. Your habits are different. Your posture, your tone, your energy, it's like nothing they've ever seen. Because you refuse to let dead men tell you how to live. You refuse to be another brick in the wall of a dying family tree. You refuse to act like them, talk like them, live like them. You become the mutation. The virus they can't predict, the glitch in the family code, the outlaw in the bloodline, the one who walks alone, because you would rather be feared as the breaker of chains than loved as the keeper of them. That's how you sever the script. You erase it by living in such violent contrast that your very existence is a war against it. 3, rewrite the operating system. Install ruthless new habits that kill the old. You understand this. Your life is not broken because of one bad day. Your life is broken because you are running on an old, rotting, infected operating system. It's the same corrupted code that was installed in you since birth by weak parents, broken environments, fake friends, and a culture designed to make you obedient, soft, scared, and addicted to comfort. Your thoughts, corrupted. Your patterns, corrupted. Your self-talk, corrupted. Your actions, predictable, weak. The same loops of self-sabotage that keep you trapped in the life you pretend to hate. You can't out-hustle a rotten code. You can't out-discipline a virus that's in the foundation of your life. You must rewrite the entire system from the ground up, ruthlessly, unemotionally. Mercilessly, you have to delete the old you. And deletion isn't pretty, it's violent, it's surgical, it's bloody. You have to cut out every habit that made you who you are, not negotiate with it, not improve it, not tweak it, kill it, That 7 a.m. wake up dead, you're up at 4 a.m. now. That comfort food when you're stressed, dead. You starve that weakness and feed it discipline. That social media scrolling habit, dead. You block it, delete it, replace it with study, action, building, grinding, that weak language, gone. You stop saying, I can't, I hope, I'll try. You speak like a man on a mission. I will, I am. You can't leave one crack in the wall because the old you will crawl back through it like a roach in the night. You must build new habits so brutally, so obsessively that the old you chokes on them. You force feed the new code into your mind until the old code suffocates. And these new habits, they must be engineered for domination, not survival. Habits that push your pain threshold. Habits that make comfort your enemy. Habits that condition you to attack life first. Never wait for life to attack you. You make your bed like a soldier preparing for war. You train like a killer, not a hobbyist. You read like a king hungry for more power. You speak like a leader who commands the room. You act like a man who's already buried his past and only builds toward his throne. This is not about feeling good. This is about rewriting the machine. Your brain, your body, your spirit must be reprogrammed by force. Because here's the brutal truth. If you don't reprogram yourself, the world will keep programming you to be weak. If you don't delete the old code, the old you will keep infecting every decision, every dream, every future you try to build. And you will rot inside a life you never chose but kept repeating. The curse breaker knows this. That's why he doesn't fix old habits. He replaces them with savage, unstoppable new ones. He doesn't negotiate with the old code. He erases it. He doesn't try to balance the new with the old. He burns the bridge behind him so the old self can never crawl back. That's how you rewrite the operating system. You don't update the old, you install the new so violently that the old you has no place to hide. And you never ever reinstall the past. You run on war mode, on beast mode, on curse breaker mode, forever. Kill the need for approval, burn the desire to please, obey or be accepted by the broken. There is a cancer in your mind. It was injected into you from childhood, from your environment, from your school, from the media you consume. It's the voice that tells you to behave, to please, to ask for permission before you act, to obey, to seek validation from the same broken, hollow, empty souls who never built anything, never conquered anything, never bled for anything real. It is the disease of approval. It is the invisible leash that keeps warriors on their knees while cowards sit on thrones. And you, if you don't rip it out now, savagely, brutally, with no anesthetic, you will live and die as a man who only moved when someone clapped for him. A slave to likes, followers, handshakes, fake smiles, claps from the crowd that will forget your name the second you stop dancing for them. You must kill this disease in yourself, burn it to ash. Suffocate it in silence, starve it by refusing to play their game. Every time you feel that hunger for, kill it. Every time you feel the itch to explain yourself, kill it. Every time you feel the need to be liked, to be accepted, to be loved by the broken, kill it. Here's the truth they will never tell you. The broken do not want you to heal. The weak do not want you to get strong. The obedient do not want you to break the chains. The cowards do not want you to become brave. They will mock you. They will shame you. They will call you crazy, arrogant, toxic, dangerous, because the man who doesn't need them terrifies them. You must become that man, the man who doesn't flinch when the world disapproves, the man who doesn't blink when they hate him, the man who doesn't stop when they abandon him, because the curse breaker is not here to be loved. He is here to break cycles, smash systems, burn bridges, destroy the old world, and build a new one with his own two bloody hands. He does not ask for a seat at the table. He flips the table. He builds his own empire. He creates his own throne. And he doesn't care if they clap or spit at him because his mission does not require applause. It requires action. Brutal, relentless action. You must train yourself to move in silence, to act without validation, to build without applause, to fight without cheerleaders, to win without witnesses. That is the only way to destroy the need for approval. It's not through affirmations, it's through war. It's through isolation. It's through walking alone until your footsteps become the only sound you trust, until your own reflection becomes the only approval you recognize. Until your blood, sweat, scars, and victory speak louder than anyone's words ever could. You must exile yourself from the crowd, kill the need to fit in, burn the bridges to the old tribe, destroy the part of you that wants to be seen, praised, patted on the back. Because the curse breaker does not ask the broken for permission to be great. He does not need them. He buries them. You either kill the need for approval now, or you will die begging for it. And that, my brother, is a slow, pathetic, suffocating death. 5. Make the past your enemy, not your home. Use it as fuel, not a fortress. Your past is not your story. It's not your identity. It's not your safe place. It is your enemy. It is the battlefield you must return to. Not to kneel, not to mourn, not to cuddle your traumas, but to set it on fire and salt the earth where it once stood. Weak men build homes in their past. Strong men burn them down. You must stop treating your past like a scrapbook you flip through to feel something. Stop wearing it like armor. Stop hiding in it like a cave. Your past is not your excuse. It's not your shield. It's not your badge. It's a graveyard. And if you don't burn it, it will become the coffin you never climb out of. Make no mistake, your past wants to keep you comfortable. It whispers to you at night, reminding you of all the pain, all the betrayal, all the failures, all the ways life broke you. Because the past feeds on your weakness. It wants you stuck. It wants you replaying the same scripts, running the same loops, speaking the same language of defeat, blame, regret. Because the past knows if you stay inside it, you'll never become the monster you were born to be. You must become violent towards your past. You must declare war on it. You must treat it like the traitor it is. The moment you start using the past as comfort, as identity, as a reason to not go harder, to not get better, to not burn the next level, you have already lost. Because the past is a liar. It distorts, it manipulates. It chains you to events that no longer exist, to people who no longer matter, to pain that no longer deserves your breath. You must weaponize the past, turn it into fuel. Every betrayal becomes fuel for discipline. Every heartbreak becomes fuel for rage. Every failure becomes fuel for precision. Every scar becomes a map to never get cut the same way twice. But you cannot let it become your fortress. You cannot hide in the story of what they did to you. You cannot hide in the narrative of what you survived. You cannot hide in the comfort of how far you've come, because the past is dead. And if you crawl back into it, you become dead with it. Make your past a brutal, violent, bloody enemy that you look at in the eyes every day and say, "You will never own me again." The curse breaker does not visit the past for comfort. He goes there for war. He digs up the bones, shatters the skeletons, tears down the shrines of old pain. He replaces them with scars earned in the now, victories earned in the now, battles fought in the now. The past becomes fuel only when you use it to go harder, darker, meaner today. Not when you sit in it, cry in it, replay it, worship it. You make the past your slave. You never become its prisoner. When you wake up, you burn yesterday in your mind. When you train, you punish the ghost. When you work, you bury the old self. When you sleep, you sharpen a sword for tomorrow, never rocking yourself to sleep with bedtime stories of the man you used to be. The curse breaker builds his home in the now. He builds his empire in the now. He forges his name in the now. And he drags the past behind him as a corpse, never as a god. That is how you make the past your enemy, not your home. That is how you break the curse forever. The truth is brutal. The curse doesn't end by accident. It doesn't die quietly. It doesn't fade away because you wish it would. It only ends when someone like you rises up, becomes the villain to the old bloodline, and declares war on everything that created them. You can't negotiate with curses. You can't talk your way out of generational weakness. You can't gently escape the grip of your past. You have to rip the chains off with your teeth. You have to burn the bridge back to your old self until there's nothing but smoke. You have to kill every version of you that ever bowed to fear, addiction, approval, or excuses. And if you don't, you become them. You become the thing you hate. You become the next chapter in the same sad story that should have ended with you. But if you do, if you make the decision today to cut the bloodline of weakness, of poverty, of fear, of addiction, of victimhood, if you kill it so hard it can't crawl back, then you become the father your bloodline never had. You become the leader your family needed. You become the breaker of chains, the builder of a new legacy, the man who was forged in the fires of his own past and walked out as a god. It's not enough to survive the curse. You must bury it. And you were built for this war. You are the curse breaker, the end of the week. The rise of the savage, the beginning of a bloodline that starts with violence, discipline, and unstoppable evolution. No more hiding, no more repeating, no more bleeding for their mistakes. This is your time. Burn the past, don't repeat it. Rule the future.